How to edit like a pro. Well, I'll tell you what most people think that means. Most people associate pro level editing with insane transitions and crazy special effects, and I used to be like that too. But the truth is, as cool as that stuff is, it doesn't actually matter that much to the people that are watching your videos. So today, I'm going to tell you what does. The things that actually make a difference between an average editor and a pro editor is the ability to control emotion and attention. If you want to truly master those things and get good at them, then you need to start looking beyond just the fancy visuals. I've been using Epidemic sound for years now, both for my YouTube videos and my professional work. So when they reached out and asked if I'd be interested in making a video with them, it was a no-brainer for me. They're the best sound tracking platform for every creator and hands down the service that has added the most value to my video editing. They have over 50,000 premium restriction-free tracks and 200,000 sound effects for you to sink your teeth into. And if you go to the link at the very top of the video description and use the code TOM50 when you sign up, you'll get a 30-day free trial plus a nice little discount of 50% off your first 2 months. If you've been holding out waiting for an offer to come along before signing up, then snap this one up while you can. Now is the time. In this video, I'm going to break down 3 pro-level editing skills that you can develop using the tools that Epidemic Sound offer. And if you really put the time into mastering these skills, it's going to take your editing to that next level. Let's kick things off with the first skill, and that is controlling emotion. If you ask anyone what their favorite film or TV show is, and then ask them why they like it, they're going to say things like, it's just such a good story, or I really relate to the characters, or it's just a feel-good watch. And essentially, all of these answers kind of boil down to the same thing. That particular film or TV show resonates with that person on an emotional level. So as an editor, your number one mission is to make that happen, to make that connection with the viewer. And one of the most powerful ways that you can do this is by using music. Take a look at this short sequence of clips. It looks good, but you probably don't feel anything while you're watching it. Now look at the effect that adding different songs has on your experience as the viewer and how you feel while you're watching it. We can make this footage feel suspenseful, or perhaps even a little bit sad. But it's not as simple as just finding a random song and dropping it into the timeline. Your choice of music can literally make or break your video. So make sure that you actually invest the time in experimenting, searching through the tracks and finding the one that really works the best for what you've shot. Thankfully, with Epidemic Sound, this process doesn't take as long as you'd think. If you use either Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve, then you can download their plugin and access everything right there inside your software. And you can search either by genre or mood to help really nail the emotional tone that you're going for. Or you can try my new favorite trick, which is searching by reference track so that you can find similar songs to what you already love listening to. Let's try this one out for size. All right, let's calm it down a bit. The second skill that you need to master to level up your editing is channeling attention. When you're in the edit, one of the best ways you can channel a viewer's attention is by good use of sound effects. And this is something that beginner editors are notorious for overlooking, myself included. For ages, I used to never want to bother with it. Sound effects are a really powerful way to give context to your video. They don't just add a little extra something to your footage and your transitions. They can actually be used as a storytelling device to give the viewers context and help them understand what's going on without them even necessarily needing a visual cue. Take a look at this scene, for example. I'm looking frustrated and irritated, but it's not really obvious what the problem is it? Now let me enable the sound effects. You see my point? Try to think of sound effects not as just a gimmicky extra bit of editing that you can optionally throw in there, but view it as a fundamental part of your storytelling. If you do that, you can take what would have been perhaps a good video and make it something really great. Here's another example. Notice the difference between this sequence with sound design and now without. I'm sure you'd agree with me that the first version is way better. Now imagine that, but applied across an entire video. That's what you're missing out on if you don't take the time to put those sound effects in. The Epidemic sound library contains more sound effects than you're going to know what to do with, over 200,000. And thanks to their plugin, I don't even have to leave my edit to go and find them. It's as easy as a single click, followed by a drag and drop, and you're good to go. So if this is a side of editing that you've kind of been neglecting because you feel like it's just kind of too much hassle, time for you to change your ways, mate. There is another less talked about editing skill that you may also be lacking in. When you're recording a voiceover, sounding confident goes a long way towards keeping your viewers engaged with what you're saying. But let's be honest, voiceovers are not everyone's strong suit. Now, sure, you can improve and get pretty decent at them. I feel like I've improved over time, but there's no guarantee that every time you want to turn the camera on and record something that you're going to be at your best that day, even if you are experienced. I can't tell you how much caffeine I've had to consume today just to be dialed in enough to deliver the script for this video. I've got it in front of me and I'm still making mistakes. Now you could keep soldiering on like that, or you could check out Epidemic Sound's recent beta feature that they've just added. It uses a text-to-speech function paired with AI that's modeled on the voices of professional voiceover artists. You just type in what you want to say and it just generates it. Easy as that. And there's so many applications to this. You could create like a narrator character for your videos, for example. The possibilities are only limited by your imagination. Now, I know that every time AI is mentioned, there's going to be a certain group of creative people that are going to push back a little bit. I'm probably slightly in that camp myself. I'm having to try and force myself to be accepting of these things because it is part of the world we live in. But the way I see it is this. I play guitar, I play drums, and I sing a little bit. But just because I can do those things, that doesn't mean that I'm now going to go and write and record an original song to be the soundtrack of every single video I make. That would just take up so much time and energy that I don't have. And there is definitely a difference between me and a professional musician. So in the same way, just because you can talk, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't use these tools if you think it might add to your video and give you a better result in some ways. I mean, be honest, who do you think sounds better, me or this guy?
Tom wishes he sounded this good. But realistically, how cool can you expect to sound when you were born a total nerd?
All right, well, that was a little personal, but you get the idea. It takes time to master all the skills that we've gone over today, and improving your editing isn't a case of start to finish, it's a continual process. But using Epidemic Sound has been an absolute game changer for me. I wouldn't have been able to progress to the point of making videos professionally without them, and I am 100% confident that if you give them a go, you're just going to wish you did it sooner. So go check them out using the link in the description, and don't forget to use that code so that you get that sweet discount. Subscribe so that you don't miss the next video, and I'll see you there.